someday. Now we're live, Joe.
All right. God, it was off just, waxing poetic there for a while before I realized that, hey, it was just me and myself.
I was waxing away at. I did a AMA today for Velas blockchain.
Vale, Colorado?
No, Velas,
Oh.
Velas, which is it's a project been around since 2018. Has a hybrid EVM smart contract capable engine, very fast, 75,000 transactions per second.
Woo.
Has a nice user interface. They haven't gotten a ton of traction out in DeFi yet in terms of dApps or users. They got a community on Telegram, like 45,000 people. And the founder has deep pockets. He founded, I think it's called Pay by Coin or something like that. Anyway, he's got a massive business taking as basically a crypto payment processor.
One of those machines in the supermarket where you
No.
collect change?
No. He has a website that allows, you want to set up
Pay by
shopping
coin.
cart that takes crypto. You want to set up payment page, a billing page, whatever. I'll find it. Anyway, so it's a good project, good bones. My buddy Andre did a lot of the consensus mechanism of development for the project from Ukraine. No. And so that's how I'm connected to them. So they asked me if I would come on and do an AMA for their community and just about DeFi in general in the market. So I got to pontificate like I know what the fuck I'm talking about it was supposed to be 30 minutes, about 45, but it was great. Good community, good people, good team. I think they have a big hill to climb. In terms of adoption, it's just hard right now. But what they're really going to need is to open up their wallets to projects to move over. And that's at the end of the day, you if you want to attract, users and projects, you better have the money out there.
Well, yeah, because that's the emissions and rewards. I mean, that's
Yep.
This model for getting the user base there. I'm curious though, were these guys all in Ukraine when you were talking to them?
Alexander. So while we were in the middle of the AMA, he was outside of a coffee shop. He's in Western Ukraine, like 20 miles from the Poland border. Mm-hmm. And an air raid siren ran out while he was on the call with us.
Wow.
Yeah. And, but he said that nobody in the streets even moves. Nobody fucking moves. Everybody just goes on about their business. Like, shut the fuck up with that air raid siren. Well, they haven't had any bombings there yet.
Well, yeah, but you also, it's not going to hit what it's intended to hit.
Right.
So what's the point of moving?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a good point.
You could try to move to where they're trying not to hit.
Yeah. Well, no, you want to move to where they are trying to hit. You want to move to the target.
Yeah. So anywhere you're not, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, he's there. This guy, Alexander, that was doing the AMA is there, as well as my buddy Andre is there. And, you can hear the stress in their voices when you're talking to them that it's just, they're just fucking over it. I mean, Alex moved his entire family from Kiev to there, I guess. And, it's just, I can't imagine being in that situation. Just can't fathom it. It's horrible.
Well, yeah, you're fighting it out down in South Florida, grinding it out in the swamps.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like we
dodging peacocks and alligators.
Exactly. We got the rough life, Joe.
And those big old iguanas too.
Yeah.
And of course, I always remind people about the parrots. I just forget about the parrots.
We have a lot of parrots in my neighborhood.
Yeah, it's the escapees from Hurricane Andrew from Parrot Jungle Island back then, and they're everywhere.
They're loud as shit too.
Yeah.
They're just like crazy, man.
Yeah, they go at it, man. They go at it.
But they're beautiful. So. But
hey, hang in there, guys.
Yeah. So that's the hard thing. I know that they're struggling and they're their lives are uprooted completely. It's no fun, I'm sure. So this is the founder of Velas. He is the founder of coinpayments.net, which is a pretty popular crypto payment processing company. So anyway, good stuff, good team, good technology. I think a little ahead of their time in terms of having this high performance tech, but they're working hard to try to gain some user adoption. Like I said, they have a big I didn't realize it was a fork of Solana. A fork of Solana with embedded EVM integration. So it's got EVM and it's got Solana basic performance levels.
That's
so
interesting.
Yeah, and they've worked hard to make sure that like wallet user interface is clean and simple. So I think they have what they need to attract the users to it. It's just they're going to need to put the funds up, right? He needs some investors to put up a couple $100 million.
Yeah, I mean, they have to get to, some applications, some fintech applications, lending protocols, yielding, swapping. They have to get that one on the platform and drive commerce that way. And that's usually done through that first couple $100 million.
Exactly.
Through some big partnership with someone else. I mean, what is Solana doing to sort of bridge to EVM world?
Yeah, I know that there's an EVM engine in development for Solana. I don't know how far along they are.
Because I'd wonder if there'd be an incentive to them to partnership with these guys and using Velas as kind of the bridge to, I hate using that word, but sort of the interface with the EVM world.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I don't think it's in Solana's interest to promote a competitor, but maybe they would think, hey, I don't know.
Control that gate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so what do you think they should do, Velas?
I think they should pony up $200 million and start paying people to fucking move their dApps over. And then take 50 million of that and put it into liquidity pools and pay people filthy fucking amounts of APY.
Hell yeah.
Over a short term to get users in. I mean, that's, it sucks, but that's the way it is. And then you can expose people to what you do, right? There's so many options right now that it can't just be, hey, we're great, we're private, we're fast, blah, blah, blah. It has to be,
so what?
There's an incentive, right? To move in and see how good we are, right? How do you get people to see how good you are? And that's hard. It's hard to do. So
and how do users measure that in terms of satisfaction?
Well, at the end of the day, it's a matter of, am I coming in and making money? And then look, these users are smart now. They know whether or not there's good bones on projects and whether or not there's people that are actually trying to innovate or if it's just a money grab. So they're going to know whether people actually say, okay, yeah, I'm committed. I'm going to build on Velas and I'm going to build solid projects. But I think they have everything in place except that. You know what I mean? They've got speed, performance, solid team, 44,000 people in their Telegram community. Token is traded in multiple places, been around since 2018, 2019, whatever the mainnet went live, I think in 2019. So, there's lots of potential, they just need to move in the projects. So anyway, we'll see. But like I said, interesting project, interesting blockchain, but they've got some work to do. That's just what any blockchain has to do. Look, I will say this in terms of marketing and communications, they're fucking light years ahead of Algorand. So.
Yeah, I think that they got a lot of good natural trends going for them too right now. I don't really see any Ukrainian flags around.
Yeah.
It just has to be just the color scheme somehow.
And
I can play on that because it's, I feel it's sort of fading a little bit in the media somewhat, but, I'm not actively looking for it.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah.
And these guys, I was thinking about the product. Shit, what if, some way to promote, industrial development in Ukraine post-war, let's say, some way to interface with the rest of the world, but also the fact that, we have known so many strong Ukrainian developers, over time that has to be something secret in the sauce there. that's going on, because these guys and gals are very good. So,
well, I think a lot of the origins to the programming style and the way they learn programming are back to the 80s and 90s, when access to high-end computer hardware in Russia and Eastern Europe was really difficult. And so the skills that they learned, the developers learned then, I think it's the same way they learn now, which is you're squeezing every bit of fucking performance you can out of the CPU and the RAM that was on the machine. And I think that's passed down to all the new developers there, that even though the equipment may be better, the way they teach people to code is optimization, really squeezing the performance out of systems. And so I think that's why they are such good developers. Is they started off having to make do with what they had, and it's transferred all over Eastern Europe. Some of the best developers in the world are out there. Also, some of the best black hat hackers in the world are out there too. So that's the other side of it. But look, I think there's culturally on the development side, there are some really badass programmers.
Yeah, no, tight too.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and good people. I mean, the people I've interacted with in Ukraine and Russian developers and other Eastern European developers have been just top notch. I've had very good relationships with them. So in my career. So saw this tweet earlier today. This Teddy Woodward posted how to earn 19.3% on USDC with notional finance. So you mint notional USDC or stablecoin in USDC, earn 9.3% just from minting it. And then you borrow USDC against that at 4.3% interest. Then you mint more NUSDC with the money you borrowed, earning 9.3%, and then repeat until you're 3x leveraged, and you'll be at 19.3% interest on USDC. And because it's a stable coin, probably not likely to lose its peg, especially USDC, you're in good shape. Now, my position on USDC. I hate it, but I also like to make sure people know about kind of these safer opportunities for earning great yield on stables. So I go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, come on. There's a secret deal there now. You guys done a little secret handshake.
Yes, Circle's paying me for every time. I get $100 every time I say USDC.
The Circle spank you guys got going on over there.
Yeah.
No, it is. I just look at it. He said 19.3%. I mean, that's real money. But then I keep thinking about the other stuff we used to look at.
Yeah.
And I keep going, wow, man, what happened? But then I'm like, fuck, 19.3% happened. That's what happened.
Well, you can still have 70,000% interest if you want to come over.
It won't let them out in case the intellectual hook in. Gee,
I'm not in it. I am not in it. But let me say this. They have revamped their messaging on the homepage. But I'm
thinking about it.
Yeah, right. They've revamped their messaging on the homepage to be totally oriented to we are
stealing your money.
Nah, just kidding. Look, I mean, there was nobody ever stealing in there.
No, I know. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah. But they've reoriented the whole thing to we are an investment DAO, right? And we're we're still printing tokens for people to take part in the DAO to build up money to invest in projects. But that flip, I think, is an important one for them. I think their brand has taken such a hit, they'll not make it. But somebody could come along and copy this model and copy the platform, build up $200 million in investment funds and do the same thing, right? And then kill the APY. Because look, $200 million, $500 million invested in, 50 or 100 DAO startups, you can 50x your money on half of those or a tenth of those and turn a nice profit for everybody. So plus you dispense tokens out to them when you invest in these startups. So there's a nice model there. It's just the Wonderland brand is shit right now. But, who knows? Maybe people will still let them invest.
It's almost like if you could take what they have built, however they got there, and then combine it with Velas.
Yeah.
Because you're saying you're looking at an interesting treasury there to do stuff with and your own Virgin chain, basically.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting that they've shifted their model. And I looked yesterday; it's like 70,000% APY. So,
Yeah.
these are things I want to read, not share. Where was the other ones I wanted to share? Maybe I haven't opened them yet. I got to go to Telegram.
Your Kitten Love channel?
My hidden love channel. Yes. Is it like my hidden love child?
Kitten.
Kitten. I thought you said my hidden love channel.
No. I was slurring my words probably, but no.
Well, that's because you've been drinking all day.
Hey, just since 9.
So there's this DeFi Edge that I follow. Did this great thread on building your portfolio, right? With a number of options here, right? Like balanced on how, kind of like the old 401k forms you get where are you high risk or medium risk or low risk, blah, 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 blah. But he gives a couple of really cool, ideas here. So I'm going to put this in the show notes because there's some really good things to think about here. He gets into rebalancing as well, like how often do you shift it up if things have gone well. Talks about all the different profiles of people in it. And, does a really good job. He says that it's hard to create a one size fits all, but this is kind of his standard, what he thinks is optimal. Stablecoins, 15%, Ethereum, 15%, Bitcoin, 15%, alt layer ones, 30%, and then he puts 25% in high risk. And I frankly really like that. I think that's actually a really nice structure. I can't find anything wrong with that. I maybe would shift 10% from high risk into alt layer ones and keep 15% in high risk. But otherwise, I like the structure.
Do you think, is he concluding is Aave an alt layer 1?
No.
Okay, so that's a high
risk.
risk.
All layer ones are Phantom, Avalanche, Solana, true layer one blockchains.
Okay.
So, for me, it would probably be, stable coins 15%. I would probably do mostly Frax, maybe a little bit of what is it? Terra Luna. I can't remember which one. Oh, UST. And then I love the 15 and 15 in Bitcoin and ETH. I'm absolutely cool with that. And then alt layer ones, I would probably do Phantom, Avalanche. I would put Metis in there as a layer 2 because I think Metis has a huge promising run happening. Not as big a fan of Solana, but I'd probably give it a small piece of that 30%. And I don't know what else, but overall, I really like this structure. I think this is a good structure for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's 25% is in stuff that, other than Phantom or Avalanche or Solana, it's in the stuff that we like the best.
Yep. And he makes the point, like even if you had only 15% in high risk, right? You get all of these good plays, pretty solid plays, at the alt layer ones and BTC, ETH, and stable coins. And then the stable coins you're staking, right? I would assume he means that you're staking your stable coins to earn something. And then you get to play and trade with your 15 to 25% in the high risk category, right? Do some of that degen shit. Take that 70,000% from Wonderland, whatever. I mean, I think this is a structure that kind of gets you out there on the high risk side to have fun, but also allows you to know that your money's earning money.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's hard for me to sit there because then I say, okay, so you get that composition, and what do you do next? Or how did you get there? So if this is me and I'm where I feel like the market's toppy, then yeah, I am edging up in the stable coins. Is it me just holding stable coins for no reason?
Right. No, I get that. No, I think it's current market conditions is how I would use this.
In ETH and BTC, the same thing. I mean, my percentages there go up and down based upon where I think it is. I mean,
where are we right now?
I think we're at 47-ish.
I've been on that call all morning, so I don't know where we are.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention for the last couple hours. But
don't say that on a show about DeFi, dude.
Well, it's BTC, dude. I don't pay attention to BTC.
Oh, okay. That's good.
It's a DeFi show.
That's good. That's good.
Other than my boys over at, what is it, Sovereign, Stacks, and one other one over there doing something.
Sovereign and Stacks and DeFi something.
Yeah.
DeFi something. Let me see what we got here. That was
alt layer ones to me is the meat of DeFi, though. I mean, to me, that's the phantoms. I mean, I would throw Matic in there. I throw Solana in there.
Yeah, I mean, those are layer 2. I mean, Matic and Metis, those are layer 2s, but I would put that in my bundle. That would be in there. I'd have alt layer 1s and layer 2s.
But the high risk, though, see, I look at things like Aave and Curve and Lido and all those types of things, and all of those. I don't look at those as high risk the way it seems like they're labeling it. And to me, high risk is like kind of the goofy shit that we jump in.
Yeah. So maybe what you do is you say, okay, I'm going to put 10% stable coins, 15, and then, in your maybe increase your alt layer 1s bucket to be alt layer 1s and blue chips, and move that one up 10 or 15% and keep a smaller amount in your high risk, right? I wouldn't put projects like Aave in the high risk category. Definitely not.
Yeah, because I think there's good stuff there.
Chuck said Brad is exactly right. Oh, and most new U.S. devs have never had to learn efficiency when designing / implementing. When we were talking about the Eastern European developers, but I'm just going to keep a screenshot of this so I can show it back to him whenever I need to. Brad is exactly right.
Yeah, I was going to say, what does Chuck want? Everybody save that for me too, because I have to work my way out of the doghouse. Brad is of course completely right.
Yes, Brad is. If you just put
Brad
always
completely right.
He's as usual, right. Brad is completely right. That's what I'm looking for right there.
As usual, Brad's completely right.
Cold day in hell, right, Chuck? Let's see what else. There's a cool redacted thread, but it's too much to get into right here today. Let me go back to Telegram where my shit is. How about that? Holy shit, dude. So I was talking to the walking guys, the exercise to earn project I'm helping out, and friggin' Steppen is just fucking ridiculous. Like, just ridiculous. Have you seen what that coin is doing?
No, I haven't been looking.
Oh, dude, like 2.2 billion in volume in the last 24 hours, up, God knows how much it is at this point, 10, 11x. It's friggin' nuts.
This is the one you got us that fat show wallet with, right?
Yeah. What the fuck?
You did it. Oh, you fucked up, dude. That's the only thing you're supposed to do on this show.
Yeah, I know. You're fucking hilarious, dude. No, but that thing is blowing up like fucking nuts. Just nuts. So now the investors are calling these guys going, hey, I see you got something like Steppen. You know how they are.
Do they have advisors? I mean, investment banker dudes?
No. They're just selling tokens. They're not giving up any equity.
Yeah, but maybe they could sell tokens for more money.
Potentially.
What happens then? Token price tends to go.
Yeah, well, no, that's what they're reassessing right now. I shouldn't talk about that on the show though. But they're reassessing their framework and pricing. Let's just say
their capital structure
and
swing structure needs for future optimal performance.
Exactly.
It. I should subtitle this better, otherwise known as "How to Take as Many Fucking Bonuses as You Possibly Can."
Exactly. So, announcement by Polygon Matic, man. These guys. Every time you kind of like they fall in the background, you're not thinking about them much, they fucking come out and do something amazing. So Polygon Matic announced yesterday Polygon ID, a self-sovereign identity solution powered by ZK cryptography. Complete user privacy, scalable on-chain verification, on open attestation. But here's the way I'm looking at it, right? This is ahead of the curve on regulatory compliance, on protecting user privacy, and they will get the benefit of being probably because of how they've built this tech, integrated across all EVM compatible chains, right? So they're out ahead of the game on, hey, you have a project that must have KYC because people are signing a SAFT or people are doing whatever, or you're just trying to be uber compliant. Well, people will have a profile. They can protect their privacy, but you can still make sure that everybody's info is KYC'd if it comes up from regulators. You just want to provide complete privacy to users, and users don't want to reveal anything about themselves. You can do that as well, and that can be their sign-on mechanism, and all supposedly oriented to the wallet. So this is so it's a full-blown APY SDK for people to utilize. Takes care of all the complexity of ZK Snark. Has apps, SDKs, and white label solutions. On-chain private verification. You can prove access, protect your privacy. Let's see what else. DKYC for ICOs, airdrops, and access to DEX. No need to rely on intermediary channels to execute interactions. Compose validation with generic smart contracts and NFTs, but with privacy. These guys keep making the right moves, man. Polygon had kind of been out of the front of mind for me. I hadn't really been paying attention. The only thing I really look at them for is that Project Gains that I like so much. Otherwise, I haven't been looking really at Polygon. And then, bam, here they come. Let me make sure we're in the news again and be something really cool from a technology perspective and from an ecosystem perspective. It's just really smart shit.
Well, they used their opportunity when they could execute a chain basically on low gas.
Yep.
When Ethereum was clogging up, to get out there and get some market lead. I mean, still remember Avalanche, Solana, they hadn't made their runs yet at that point. Phantom.
That's right.
And so it was out there first. But what I've always liked about them, what you pointed out, is that they behave like a layer 1 chain.
Yeah.
And a layer 2. I mean, they plan to build their own, essential layer 1 that somehow is, coupled with Ethereum layer 1, or somehow it evolves beyond it. But It is healthy to look at it like you would look at a Solana or a Phantom. But remember that it's got all these users there already, the Ethereum users.
Exactly.
You don't have to teach another wallet to. You don't have to, set up a whole bunch of new protocols and learn new ecosystem. You have one already there.
Yep.
So, I keep coming back to it. I don't know what it's trading at right now.
I don't know, but, I tweeted out about it today and everybody was like, oh, yeah, I'm stacking some more Matic today. Because, look, when a team executes the way they execute, from acquisitions all the way to support to development to product, this is one of those plays where it's like them, 0x Protocol, the big blue chip protocols like Aave and Yearn, et cetera. Those are the ones that, you can't guarantee it, and this is not financial advice. Do your own fucking research. But those are the ones are going to probably be around for the long haul and are going to continue building and are going to do it the right way, and they're going to make money. And, having an investment in them is a good blue chip move. So from my perspective,
yeah. Well, they were always the one that we got a lot of exposure to early. The other ones, I'm always like, okay, what do they have that's different?
Right. Exactly.
And that's what I don't always see that right away, because if you start up an ecosystem with all the right pieces, a lending protocol and some swapping and exchanging and all of that, you can grow users and grow user base. But once they're all there and the incentives are used up, then what keeps them there?
Yeah.
And to me, I think that has to be, how is it, going cross chain in different ways? Hopefully harder to go off chain than it is to pull people onto your chain, or probably different reasons. And certain ones seem to have technological advantages. A lot of it's way beyond my full grasp of it all. And I don't know how much it actually impacts business model valuations or capital velocity, things like that. I mean, there has to be practical applications or implications.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that's what the market sorts out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is making me go back and look at Velas again and think about this, right? You're talking about kind of positioning and how a platform positions itself. The fact that this is a chain that will run Solana contracts as well as Ethereum contracts and perform better than both of them, that's the positioning with projects, right? Because right now, development projects have to be both either Rust developers or Solidity developers, or Python in some cases. But in this case, they are like perfectly situated to be kind of the middle ground between everything and provide better performance. So all they're missing really is incentives for users.
So
Anyway.
what do so on Valus, what are they doing most of the writing in? Are they doing all three? Are they doing,
No, like you
30?
can come in here and you can deploy a dApp you've already built on Solana, and you can deploy a dApp you've already built on any Ethereum EVM compatible chain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, their performance claims are that it's, dramatically faster than either. So when you think about that, if I'm a developer, all they have to show me is, hey, I have users that are going to put money in your protocol. Just bring it over, or I'm going to give you money to bring it over. But one of the two, that's all they really need to do, right? And they have worked really hard on making the interactions for users easier, faster, and all that good stuff. So I think they have a good opportunity. We'll see if they're able to execute on it. So anyway, sorry to jump back to that, but I was just thinking about it as we were talking about how Polygon's positioned themselves.
No, I think it makes total sense. I mean, because look, everybody talks multi-chain, cross-chain. What are you looking for in that situation? You're looking for a better price to execute a trade on a specific margin, or execute a task, a service that gets you to a specific margin, and then either sell off the excess or something in that transaction. So you're not always, my point is, you're not always going to see where it goes.
Yep.
So, just think about like the cloud today and, all of the different cloud server networks. You don't really know where it's going on. I mean, I guess you do, but you don't. It's kind of sort of a commodity behind the scenes, like electric power or something. It's infrastructure. What if these blockchains like this all just becomes, you're not going to need to spend marketing dollars to get people to find it. The algorithms will just find it because it's faster,
right?
Because the people make more money. Maybe that's the future that these types of things go to, because it's going cross-chain on everything. So it's not trying to keep people out. It just, I guess, allows the algorithms to find the most efficient transactions across any chain.
Exactly.
So maybe that means they have a future, a good future.
Yeah.
What's their token?
You're right.
What's their token called again?
VLX.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Look, I think they're kind of rounding everything up and getting their shit together and getting out to market, but harder than they have in the past. And he's been hiring a bunch of people with good experience for the team. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But I'm starting to have some other thoughts about them. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what else I had, Joe, in my queued up list. Let's see. Oh, Terra bought another $139 million worth of Bitcoin, so 31,000 BTC. So, thus further sustaining us. The other thing is interesting was that Ronin hack yesterday.
Yeah.
This was really interesting. Like, hacks happen all the time, and the centralized exchanges will come back and say, oh, we'll see what we can do, or they don't reply to the protocol or whatever. This was really interesting. So it leads me to believe that Binance and Wobi and others have big money in Luna and Terra, because CZ himself said, we're on it, basically. Like, we're going to block the motherfuckers that transferred tokens onto Binance from the exploit, and Wobi as well, right? I thought this was really interesting that these big-ass centralized exchanges were chiming in, and then all of these big-name investors and influencers are all retweeted on their wall saying, we support them, we support them. And I'm like, okay, there's everybody's in panic because all that money slip sliding away after that hack yesterday. But everybody's stepping up to say how much they support the amazing team at Axie and Ronin.
So I'm only taking half of mine at this point. Prove to me that you deserve it back.
Exactly.
Then second thought, I didn't like that PR response. I'm taking all of it.
And that's all I got today, Joe. It's a limited day. I was caught up in some other shit this morning, so I didn't do my proper research. You got anything for us?
Nothing super exciting. I mean, I'm in the same boat. Just didn't see anything standing out today, which I like. I like that things just seem to be settling down now. Not everybody feeling like it's on the verge of panic, like the
Yeah.
sky's falling. I don't feel that way. I mean, I think there's some big adjustments coming. It has to, but it's not like we've never handled those adjustments before.
Yep, absolutely.
So at this point, everything's to our advantage to go through it now, versus kicking the can down the road at this point. So all that feels good. I mean, crypto's looking good.
Look at this Bitcoin Ethereum daily volume. Whereas last year Bitcoin was dramatically outpacing Ethereum. Look how Ethereum has brought this back down together because of DeFi. You could see where summer came through, everything lined up, and then now even through here, Ethereum keeping up. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I have been surprised at kind of BTC. I mean, I know it went back to 60-ish or so, but it didn't really feel like it did. Like to me, it didn't. It went to 28. It sort of still feels like it's down there somewhere for some reason.
Right.
Where Ethereum, I'm like, oh wow, that's still at above 3,500 or wherever it is. So I don't even know where it is actually. It's above 3,000, but it's because I should remember looking at that a lot. The 1,200, 1,400 range. So
yeah.
To me, I kind of feel like that one's had some recovery, and I see a lot of talk again about, the burning of the tokens in the new protocol or whatever, and supply of Ethereum tokens. So all of that chatters back. I think the question for Ethereum is just, can the gas stay reasonable, or does it go out of whack again? And at what point does a user then say, fuck it, and go over to something else who's a new user and just bypass Ethereum? I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to just go direct these days if somebody used just to teach you or show you how to do stuff. And you're going to go to the easiest one you find. But it's all good still.
Yeah, on that AMA this morning, I actually brought up something I tweeted about yesterday. Let me see if I can find this thread just because I can pontificate for a moment about where I think things are going, and I think you'll understand why I think this. So there was a tweet by Kaido, crypto is not ready for mass adoption. My reply to that was, it shouldn't be. We're not ready, so they won't come yet in large numbers. As we provision protocols into real life, UI, UX, then mass adoption. Here, as we know, crypto will likely never come. Crypto, as we know it, will become the back-end / engine and sandbox for new ideas. And so then I did a couple of tweets to expound on that. And I said, most of what we see as DeFi now will never reach mainstream adoption. The key to success will be UI, UX extraction away from protocol websites via composability. The geniuses revolutionizing finance will focus on innovation engines used in all facets of money. The hardcore users or community members for protocols will toil in the sandbox, testing the new shit with the same kind of lousy UIs we have now until ready for implementation in real life with easy, shiny UIs and integration with existing applications. This will strengthen what DeFi is. There are so many advantages to what we are building, and this is yet another just like practical meritocracy that will evolve out of the technology and culture and values. So what I'm basically saying is I think all of us that were early adopters and kind of the next couple of waves of early adopters that will still come in and are willing to do the fucking grunt work to figure the shit out that a lot of these protocols put out without explaining it very well or without good UIs, we're still going to be here and we're still going to be playing with these protocols. But what I think the mass adoption looks like is the extraction of the user interface out of the typical DeFi, right? Which is putting interfaces in front of, we talked about this yesterday a bit, putting interfaces in front of these engines and let these guys who are great at developing these engines and these financial models, let them continue to develop them, but don't make them have to worry about the fucking interfaces. Just give us bolts and pieces and modules that we can utilize to present applications to people in real life. And then the cool thing is we sit back and we continue to use the shitty stuff with the shitty interfaces and deal with all the problems and hassles, but we make more money than the average folks will out in the consumer world. But the average folks will be happy because, 7% is a hell of a lot better than 0.004%.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Anyway, if anybody wants to, please feel free to go to B05 Crypto on Twitter and weigh in on that discussion, whether you agree or disagree. I'd love your commentary on it.
I agree with Brad.
What the fuck? You have been in some rare form lately, Joe.
Oh, that's right, buddy. That's right.
That's good.
We're getting ready to come into what I feel like is another good, rush coming next. I don't see how it could go down much further from here, but as somebody once pointed out, it can always still go down another 99%.
That's right. And actually, I just read some stuff this morning about the mass exodus out of equities into gold of late, recently. So, look, the market is skittish. People are nervous in the general equities market. Lots of people predicting recession, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This may be that time when, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and company actually benefit from a financial crisis. So we'll see. We already have benefited from the inflation, so let's see if we finally decouple this time around. I don't know that we'll fully decouple, but there may be a softer landing for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an amalgamation of a bunch of things. Just getting traction in little areas here and there is all we can really hope for.
Yep.
And the market absorbs it when the market's ready to absorb it.
Yeah.
So I am intrigued though by, what comes next. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Financially, both equity wise, crypto, all of it. I have a feeling things are going to settle down okay. But that everybody recognizes the portability, the privacy, all of that of crypto. So it's not going away.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be different types of users, I think,
absolutely.
at this point. So all good stuff. You just want to be around for the big months when it goes up all the time,
Yeah, that gold data that I was quoting earlier is that investors are taking physical delivery of gold at the expiration of their futures. So
that's good news.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is though, how much can you carry on a plane? Versus how much crypto can you carry?
Exactly. Why would you? Well, look, I mean, there are plenty of people that's their appeal.
I know some people like
of the world.
Yeah, some people like gold for whatever, but I always feel like, I don't know. Do you want to be there at the transaction point where all the money and most likely guns and gold are? It's like,
I do not.
I choose to stay away from those situations.
I'll pass.
Myself.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what other people do. That
if
you're going to play that game, we'll just do the crypto.
Okay.
We'll hang out here with the BTC and spitting out $5,000 chunks out of the ATM.
There you go.
and order another mimosa.
I like
versus we don't need just trouble. We don't need trouble.
No trouble here, Joe.
We want refined trouble. But anyhow, that being said, I know people do go to that. I know a lot of people are gold bugs, but I am curious to see how it decouples from BTC this go around.
Yeah.
Because I think it's you want both, of course.
Yeah.
But
let's get it out.
This is a whole new kind of test phase. But anyhow, that's all I got today.
Me too, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. And we love you. And please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and review us on YouTube. Tell your friends about us. Tweet at us. You got ideas for a show. You got ideas for guests. Do not hesitate to message me at B05 Crypto, Twitter, Discord, Telegram. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Take
Talk
care,
to you
Joe.
soon, Brad. All right, bye. Bye.